Oh hi! Welcome back, Jinx here. I'm having another look today at a couple of little tips that I didn't include in the last video for floating, but I think these tips really kind of help bring an entire housing look together. These are things that I use pretty consistently throughout any builds that I do, whether it's my house, this test apartment, my free company house, any of them really. I feel like the information for these is out there, but sometimes they can be a little bit difficult to find, so I thought I'd put a couple of these in one place and hopefully it helps you out a little. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is, I know last time we looked at floating and how to kind of float furniture items, but there's a difference when it comes to floating, say, like the bed or a chair and furniture like that. Items like this little move. So let's say that I wanted to place this little Moogle here on one of these sofas. You can't do it. If you try and put it on it, I mean, look, you can see his little pom-pom, but you can't actually place him on the sofa. And that's a little bit frustrating because sometimes you might want that. So the workaround for this is get your item how you want it. So in this case, we'll use this Moogle and we'll pop him round like that. We're going to try and put him on there. What you would do is get him ready. As I said, get him in the position that you want him. We're going to use, again, I'm going to use a wooden loft for this. Snap it to the wall. However, wherever you want to put it. So, obviously I want him to be sat on the sofa, so I want it kind of that height. To be honest, I should. So I'll snap him to the wall. Snap the wall to it, sorry. So that's there like that. You get your little Moogle, and now you can place it because it's placing it technically on the loft rather than on the sofa. So I want to put him like here. So I'm kind of happy with that. But now if you go to move the loft, obviously the Moogle goes with it. To make that stop, to get rid of the loft, what you have to do is you need to click this button, so toggle counter surface placement on or off. The moment it's on, which allows us to place the Moogle onto the loft. So if you click it to turn it off, select just the Moogle, you'll see this happens. Then you cancel select, so for me that's M2, and he goes back to where he was, but now you should be able to move the loft away, and the Moogle stays where he is. Then snap back on, snap it to the wall, get rid of it. Moogle stays where it is. And then when you cancel out of it, it's not like other floating where you have to lock it in place by twisting it either way. Luckily with this one, they do just stay there, which is pretty cool. The second thing that we're going to be looking at is placing items from storage. Now for some reason, if you place an item, try and place an item from your inventory onto certain surfaces, it won't let you do it. A really good example of this would be windows. So if I put this in the inventory and I try and place it on the wall, it won't let me do it. If it was a normal house wall rather than a marble partition like this is, it would be fine, but it won't let me place them on the marble partition anywhere. If you click, it will just say unable to place it, and obviously it shows as the color that says no. But what you can do is if you return this to your storage, so now it's in your housing storage, if you bring it out, you still get the same color to say, no, I can't place that there. But if you use your key bindings instead, it will let you do it. So for me, this is bound to X. For me, this is bound to asterisk, sorry. So if I click the asterisk button from here, so say I want the window here, I click. Okay, presto, you can get windows onto partitions. This is a huge thing because it allows you to do so much more. Personally, I don't really like, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I don't like the look of a window placed onto a normal indoor wall. I way prefer them on partitions. So this for me was a huge one when I learned how to do it. It just allows you to do a lot more things. This same technique can also be used. If I take away one of these walls, take away this wall. This technique can also be used to get things more flush to the wall than you would be able to place them at. So if I try to place this wall, the furthest I can place it is where they are, is lined up with these, which in this case is fine, is what I want, but you might not. You might want to push it back a bit further. And obviously if you push it one further back, it goes purple to say you can't place it. But again, if you do it from your storage like this, using the same way, and then place, it allows you to do it. So sometimes this can be really good because it will obviously give you a little bit more space around the room. I know it isn't much, but it can add up, especially in smaller spaces, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back to how I want it. But I was going to show you this. It's what I've just shown you, but sometimes it gets a little bit finicky. So if I try and place this marble arch partition here, it still won't go flat to the wall. You'll still have this little edge here, which isn't what I want. I do want it flat to the wall. So it is worth noting that sometimes it seems like the position of your camera when you start this changes how far back you can put the item. So for example, if I put myself right by the door and turn around and then try to place the marble arch, if I bring the camera up above her, now when I try and do this, it's gonna let me put it a lot further back. If I try and place it, it's just trying to get it to... This should be right above me now. I'm gonna place it. See, look, it's let me put it even further back, which is, in this case, not ideal. It's not what I wanted, but you get what I mean. So we try again. Back to the wall. There we go. So now we tilt it, and now it's finally flush with the wall, which is what we wanted. It's not centered, I'll have to fix that, but you get what I mean. But hopefully these little tips and tricks have helped. What I'm planning to do is use the information from this and the one from my floating video from last time, and put all the things in that together to make a build for here. I'll do a speed build for that, and hopefully that will be what you see here next time. So that is it for this one. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If it has helped, please do remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.